Hello, welcome to this episode of Bird Brain. Today on Bird Brain, we're going to talk about building suet feeders. I'm going to show you how I build my suet feeders for birds. I call it my Toby Keith suet feeder, the red solo cup. Toby Keith, rest in peace. Suet is very important for birds, especially in the colder days, the colder months. The small birds, chickadees, nuthatches, two-point redpolls, they all like to feed on suet because it's very high in protein. The high protein helps keep them warm and helps them sustain that cold weather. I like to mix my high protein suet with a little bit of high protein seed. This is a Niger seed. Again, it's high in oil, high in protein. It's something the small birds really like as well. So I just mix a little bit of it in. What I like to do is render my own beef fat. I get beef fat from somebody that's butchering. If you know somebody in the butcher business, a meat cutter, talk to them. They'll most likely give you some meat fat or beef fat for free. Or if you have to pay a little bit for it, it's pretty cheap. You can buy little suet packs in the store. They're quite expensive, I think, for what you get. They don't last very long because they're small. They don't really know what's in them. I'm sure there's a label on there, but where they're made or what's in them, what kind of fat they're using, it's all hard to say. So that's why I like to make my own. I render my own beef fat. I mix a little bit of Niger seed with it. I take the rendered beef fat and I pour it into red solo cups. When I do this, I'll often render up enough beef fat to make 8 or 10 of these, and that will get me through most of the winter. If I have to make up a few more, they're not hard to do. You put them in the freezer, and when you're getting low on your bird feeder, just go to the freezer, grab one, and add it to your bird feeder. And I'll show you how to do that. Set these aside into the freezer. Now, I built this little guy here. This is what we hang. We put our suet feeder on this. We hang this in front of our kitchen window, and we can watch the birds right up close. It's almost like a hummingbird feeder, only in this case it's chickadees and nuthatches mostly. After the suet's been in the fridge, you end up with a hard, solid, frozen piece of suet. What I like to do is just try and center this the best I can on top of that. Screw that down. By putting that screw into it, it just stops the wind from blowing it off or moving it around. And there you go, you got a suet feeder with a big ball of suet on top. I also I have a flat one, no ropes on it. I just do this and I put it right on top of the bird feeder, the roof of my bird feeder. That gets me 2 of them. One thing, if you're doing this type of a hanging suet feeder, I like to use very visible rope. Don't use wire or something that the birds are going to accidentally run into or hit with their wings. Plus, this rope's big enough that the chickadees will actually roost on it. They'll actually sit on it. Chickadees and nuthatches. So for my flat one, same idea. There we go. We got 2 ready to go down to the bird feeder. And right now it's really cold here. It's supposed to go down to -30 tonight. It's almost dark, so I better get these out to my bird feeder to give my chickadees and nuthatches a little boost for the evening. Thank you for watching Bird Brain. Please remember to subscribe. We got lots of little neat tricks and lots of bird brain ideas. Talk to you later.